So let me ask you a question that sounds simple but really isn't. What is the Pink Panther? For decades, this has been a genuine pop culture mystery with a super confusing answer. Well, today, we're gonna solve it once and for all. Seriously, just take a second and think about it. When I say the words, the Pink Panther, what's the very first image that pops into your head? Because I'm willing to bet your answer could be totally different from someone else's. So do you picture this? A giant, priceless diamond that's at the heart of a classic movie heist. Or do you picture this? A cool, silent cartoon cat, always getting into some kind of trouble. Well, here's the wild part. You're both right. So let's break down how one single name came to mean two completely different things. Okay, to crack this case, we have to go way back to the beginning, all the way to 1963. And you might be kind of surprised to find out that the story of the Pink Panther doesn't start with a cartoon at all. It starts with an object. So, here it is, the first piece of our puzzle. The original Pink Panther was a diamond. In that first movie, back in '63, the whole story revolves around stealing this incredible gem. But it's not just called that because it's pink. See, deep inside the stone, there's this tiny flaw. And if you look at it just right, it looks exactly like a little leaping panther. Pretty cool, huh? Now check this out. This is a really wild detail. Even though the entire movie franchise is named after this diamond, the jewel itself, it only actually shows up in 6 of the 11 films. That just shows you how powerful the name was. It stuck, even when the thing it was named after wasn't even in the story. And this is where our mystery takes a really fascinating turn. The name was already set for the movie series, but then, completely by accident, a star was born, and he basically just stole the name for himself. You see, for the opening credits of that first film, the director wanted something special, so he brought in these animation legends to create a fun title sequence. And what was their idea? To bring that tiny flaw in the diamond to life as this cool pink cat. But then, they paired that smooth animation with Henry Mancini's unforgettable theme music, and it was just magic. The character was an instant hit, totally stealing the show before the movie even started. And his rise to fame was, absolutely meteoric. Just think about this for a second. He goes from being a one-off character in a movie's opening credits to starring in his own cartoon short, The Pink Fink, which, by the way, won an Academy Award. That huge success just snowballed into a whole series of shorts. And of course, the iconic Saturday morning Pink Panther show. The character created for the credits had officially become a bigger star than the movie he came from. The side act had become the main event. Okay, so now we have both pieces of the puzzle, right? The jewel and the character. Let's put them together and finally solve this thing. So, to put it as simply as possible, the name The Pink Panther actually refers to 3 different things. Number 1, the jewel, the whole reason for the plot of the first movie. Number 2, the character, that accidental superstar born from the opening credits. And number 3, the film series itself, which kept the famous name long after the jewel was gone. The big takeaway is this: the jewel named the movie created the character, and in the end, the character became more famous than all of it. And that kind of leaves us with one last thought. This isn't the only time this has ever happened in pop culture, where a small character or a minor detail just completely takes over and becomes the main thing everybody remembers. It really makes you wonder, what other sidekick completely stole the show and became even more famous than the star? Something to think about.